Well, even I'll admit it now, I'm starting to get a bit worried here at Southend United. We are 13 points off the top of the league table after 13 matches. We're close to the dotted line on the Champions League and dropping out of that top 24. And we haven't won in our last four matches, despite playing a relegation contender last time out. Today is a big triple header against Arsenal, United and Bayern Munich. And if we don't start finding some form somewhere soon, we might even be at risk of losing our job. Yes, hello and welcome to a very brutal season 16 from Saving Southend with me, Daniel. Yes, we shouldn't really be talking about being at risk of losing our job when we're third in the Premier League, but in truth, we're 4 points away from 11th place and coming under real serious pressure. With the next three games we've got coming up, it could well become very difficult for us. We've just got to try and get through it before a more friendly run of fixtures. But more so, we've got to start scoring goals again. We've got multiple strikers in a goal drought. We've had injuries galore. You can see from the top of the screen, our best left winger is out for 3 months now. It is all looking a little bit difficult for us. And we just can't win games and score goals regularly. The only man who's delivering is Ashley Carr, and we need him again today. So if you're looking forward to seeing how we get on in these three tough matches over the next 8 days, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. I've got my Sour Grapes t-shirt on, ready to complain if we do get the sack. But let's start by having a look at the transfers, where if we do make it through to January, we've got some real potential stars coming in on the horizon. Because if we go and have a look at the pending deals, there are two players that we have agreed to sign for a combined £65 million. The first of them is another goalkeeper, a new third one for the senior squad, basically our Jude Sadler replacement, and it is Martin Cusqueta from River Plate. 8.75 million was his release clause. He's class. He's 20. He's a wonder kid. Maybe not the biggest jump in reach, which is a slight concern for a Premier League keeper. But the wages, though, he's really good mentally and technically. In fact, he's exceptional technically. And he looks like he's going to be better than McNaughton already. And possibly almost as good as Bettini, which, to be fair, for a 20-year-old is not bad. The other one is a player we've looked at for probably about 7 years in this save. Leighton Muscat is at Barcelona. He came through at United, I think, but never really got football. And he went to Barca with sort of 2-star of ability and this massive, huge potential, which he's now fulfilled. So he is going to come in for 57 million. It does look like both Kivrakidis and Bernberg are going to sign slightly lower new deals at around the 200k a week mark, but both of them to do that have required release clauses, and Bernberg's is only 120 million. We've also got Jimenez a bit unhappy at the minute, and we've also got a couple that are just starting to show unhappiness, Ivo Torres being one. So Muscat, with a brilliant personality, he's basically, I think it might be harsh to say, he's the modern Conor Gallagher. He's not incredible technically, but he's incredible mentally. He's very good physically. And to be fair to him, he's not a bad player either. So someone who's going to bring energy and quality to the team. And after playing for United, Celtic and Barcelona, it will be Southend United as the next stop. If we have a look at the transfer history, not a lot's gone on in recent months. There's a few more players who have left. In particular, young Martin Kelly, a lone goalkeeper. He's gone to the National League to join Crewe. If we go and have a look at our results though, this is where it's all gone wrong. Because you were with me as we drew with Newcastle and lost against City. We scraped a few victories after that. I mean, we snuck past Hull in the Carabao Cup. Armin Memic with a late winner after Vasquez's early goal was cancelled out. We won 3-1 at home to Wolves, but we were 1 down for ages. Ashley Carr came off the bench and got 2. Teddy Ivanov off the bench got 1. That's basically what saved the day. Against Basel in the Champions League, we made hard work of it again. We came from behind twice thanks to Teddy Ivanov. And then again, Ashley Carr off the bench to save us. And in our last 4 games, he's the only man who scored. A 1-1 draw at Chelsea, thanks to Ashley Carr's goal. First half injuries for Wills and Adamson. Against Spurs, 0-0 draw. Against PSV, 0-0 draw. And against Bristol City away last time, 2 goals for Ashley Carr again. We were battered in this match. 16th in the Premier League, Bristol City. We were incredibly fortunate to get a draw. The dynamics are just starting to pick up again after dwindling for a few weeks. So we've got to find a way to get results. And with these 3 games over 8 days, we're not going to have the first team every time. Because of that draw against PSV, I can't really risk resting too many against Bayern. And then even after that, I know it's a better run generally, but those games against Fulham, Forest, Brighton, they're all away from home. So you certainly can't take anything for granted, especially given our recent form in front of goal. So we've had a little talk with both Elmi, who's back from injury, with Joe Wills, and also with Nana Fair, who are all in a goal drought at the same time. As we go to play at home to Arsenal today, a battle of third and fourth. I think the title's already gone. It's just about making sure we get comfortably into that top four, avoid any talk of our job, and then we can throw our hat in the ring for a couple of cup competitions. Could we win that League Cup? We've got Villa away, not going to be an easy one. Or can we have a go in an FA Cup? We'll find out. This is the team I've gone for today, trying to balance the match loads as well as possible whilst giving ourselves a chance to win. Vasquez is the only fit left winger, but Andre can do a job there. Part of the reason we signed him last year. Mehmet struggling at right back, so Aguiman's in. We've also gone for Ashley Carr up front just because he's the only one scoring. And alongside him, it will be Joe Wills, who is just back from a knock and can do 75. So Elmi drops out of the squad entirely. Fair and Ivanov on the bench, both out of goal scoring form. If we put it in very simple terms, bar Ashley Carr, none of the strikers have scored in their last 4 appearances, which for 5 world-class ones is not a good sign. So let's go and get through to it with this 11 pick. Bettini, the number 1 between the sticks. We've got Aguiman and Carlos, the fullbacks, with Herbert and Rakowski a centre-half. Robertson and Vasquez, the wingers, with Torres and Bernberg in the middle. And it's Wills and Carr up front. I need someone to deliver. Hopefully, someone will find a way today. We're dropping out of the team for the visitors today is Rogero de Palma, the free agent we tried to get last summer, who rejected us for leaving Rennes and went to Arsenal instead. Waneri drops out as well, the remaining original. But Robertson, the skipper up front, always scores goals against us. They've got quality across the pitch. They've got quality on the bench. They're just a great side. We're going to find this difficult. Let's go and get through the dressing room. Tell our employees to exact revenge on Arsenal. This is not the sort of midweek fixture we wanted. But then we can't say what do we want at the moment because we didn't beat Bristol City. We didn't win at home to Spurs. We didn't win at home to PSV. I can't say it's because we've had difficult fixtures because, yes, the ones we've lost have been hard, but we've thrown away some of the easy points as well. 10 minutes gone, it's quiet so far. Ashley Carr, again, the best performer. Feels like if he doesn't score, we can't win at the minute. Well, 20 gone, and my plan to bring Vasquez off on the left for Andre later is not going to work because Andre is going to have to go left back for an injured Jan Carlos. 20 minutes it's taken for him to come off. And if we start picking up more injuries as well, we could be in real trouble. The only good news tonight so far is United are losing and Liverpool are losing. They're top of the league. I mean, it'd be some miracle if we won a title from here. But Joe Wills gets the corner in. Herbert's up. Saved against his former club. He is the youth product of Arsenal as Aguiman's one is off the line as well. Can Herbert deliver the goods? It doesn't look like it at the minute. We've not even been scoring from set pieces, and that's a huge worry for a team like ours. It shows how reliant we are on them, as again, definitely no change to the stats in recent weeks. We've been the better side in pretty much every one. Battered Bristol City, battered Spurs. I didn't find a way to win. I'm going to tell the boys I need more, and hopefully we get it, because I genuinely don't know where the goals come from, and we can't keep drawing every game. As Ledes goes long downfield, Torres wins the header up towards Ashley Carr. Headed away as far as Jorg Robertson, who charges at the defence, but then takes too long. But is that going to be a second yellow? It is. I wondered why the referee had stopped that. Arsenal down to 10. Now we've got to take advantage. Joe Wills on the corner to Aguiman. Hits the bar again. How many times? Vasquez gets there. Nobody's back. I don't know what's going on back there. But Vasquez has kept it well. He's done his job. And he finds Aguiman on the right, who was so close to scoring. Can anyone other than Ashley Carr score? Aguiman in. Poor ball cleared away. Rakowski has another go. But again, the expected goals is well over 1. And again, the scoreline reads Southend 0. As Herbert carries the ball to the edge of the box to Andre. Look how deep they are. Crosses blocks, but he gets it again. Herbert just carries forward to Ivo Torres. Wouldn't mind just smacking one in from 20 yards. Well saved by the goalkeeper. Corner kick. Already tired legs though. Looking midfield. Torres and Bernberg are done. Joe Wills can't do the whole game. I just need to score. If we get one in this game, surely we don't throw it away. Well, our former Aberdeen hero on Twitch, Junior Krupi, is saving the day for Liverpool. Who's going to do it for us? On the left-hand side, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go Teddy Ivanov, and I'm going to throw him up here as a sort of inside forward on attack. We've done it a couple of times when we've had an injury crisis before. Both centre mids are replaced. It will be Kivrakidis and Marciano. I just want fresh legs. And then in 10, Wills will come off for Nana Fair, which will have to be done. But how are we not scoring goals? This is the big problem. I'm throwing the encouragement. We're playing really well. That side of it hasn't changed. But we just don't look like scoring. It's a really weird scenario. As Andre throws in, he's giving it away. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Robertson just misses. We've now got Jorg Robertson and Joe Wills both really struggling. I'm going to have to take off Wills. We can't risk another injury. Nana Fair will get 15 up there. Can we just find one, please? Aguiman to Robertson, 1-2. Was he onside? Ball to the back post. Teddy Ivanov. And the big man has delivered again. Top scorer last year. Despite being the worst of the 5 strikers on paper, he keeps finding a way. He's becoming a club legend. And now, Nana Fair's got injured again. Jeez, the injuries this year. Andre wins the ball back. We've just got to see this out. 1-0 is not convincing. It doesn't answer many of the questions I was asking. But it's 3 points and it stops the rot. If we go 5 without a win, it's a crisis. 4 and then a victory, we're back to normal. As Marciano carries forward to Jorg Robertson. How about a second? Teddy Ivanov's in. Blazes it wide. There's 7 minutes added. Not what I wanted to see, even against 10. We've absolutely battered Arsenal. We thoroughly deserve 3 points. But crucially, we've actually got it today. 1-0 Southend. Chances miss galore. But Teddy Ivanov, the little tactical tweak to basically go 3 up front, has finally worked. And now going into the United game, there'll at least be a little bit of confidence. Let's see how bad that injury is to Nana Fair and to Jan Carlos. And hope that we'll have some to choose from at the weekend. Because Liverpool do drop 2 points. We've made a little bit back. Fair's out for 3 days. Carlos for 2. It should be all right. We're looking a little bit better. Back in a moment to face United on Saturday. 4 days off before that one. So hopefully most of these boys will be fit. Well, here we are as we face Manchester United away. And in the late game, Liverpool have got a home banker. So we've got to close the gap. You can see United now got an experienced Evan Ferguson up front, still scoring 1 in 2. Florian Wirtz is still going pretty strong. They might be experienced in those areas, but there's quality and youth around it. So let's see how many of our team is fit for this one. And the answer is most of it with a few heavy match loads. So again, I might just tweak it by 4 or 5. We'll be back in a minute to run through the 11. Well, here we go then. A few changes made for us. And maybe the reason United lost in midweek, they made plenty of changes. And the ones coming back in today, definitely recognisable first 11 names. I mean, you can even see from the squad numbers generally, they're getting strong for this one. For us, we've brought Armin Memic back in at right back, who replaces Aguiman. We've also made a change in central midfield with Dimitris Kivrakidis, fresh from signing his new deal, replacing Bernberg, whose we'll go through next week. And I've also put Elmi on the bench instead of Nana Fair, who wasn't quite fully fit after his knock in midweek. Though Jan Carlos does make it for this one. So let's go and get through the dressing room. Let's tell the lads, we're in good form, are we? Are we in good form? We're going to exact revenge on United. Good form is just an unbeaten run in FM. It doesn't matter if every single one's a draw. United have lost 3 of their last 4. They've been struggling a bit as well. In normal circumstances, I'd like to take a draw and get out of this place. But at this stage, we're in a position where we can't afford too many more draws. Certainly if we want to challenge Liverpool. But even if we want the top 4, we must avoid defeat. As Sarpay goes back to long late, they should be a bit more rested than us in most positions. As Millerup gets down the left-hand side, chance to cross, cuts back, and in the edge of the box, they've got so much time with Georgiou. Thankfully, he curls his effort wide. Surely all this poor form's not just coming because Jude Sadler's gone. I mean, let's be fair, most of the problems have been attacking. Well, I hate to be repetitive here, but it's United on the attack again. I'd rather not be saying it as well, but Gegic gets in. Chance to shoot. Good save, Bettini. Might have to perform like Jude Sadler today, the way we're playing. We've had a lot of dominant displays where we've not picked up the points, but Bristol City and this one, 2 very worrying ones. Torres heads away. Kivrakidis flicks on. Carr flicks on. But we're under the cosh. We're in real trouble here. We're yet to have a shot on target. So we are up the other end now with Memic. 5 minutes to go to the break. Plays a 1-2 with Robertson, but the first thought is backwards. A sign of a team that isn't confident. Memic does turn and go down the line this time. Good ball in early. Carr goes up with a keeper. To be honest, it's an optimistic ball, isn't it? You're just floating one in. and hoping that the goalkeeper misses it. He was always going to be the favourite for that, as it's a big kick downfield. On the right-hand side, Memic will chase it. Mylerup cuts inside again. He's got space to run into. Delivers to Ferguson. The flag isn't going to save us here. It looked off to me, but the flag hasn't gone up from the assistant, which normally means it's going to count. I can't really explain this season. I am finding it difficult, but we have got away with it. We are safe by the offside flag. And on this instance, I'm happy with VAR. Well, Arsenal may have lost to us, but they're recovering today against City, which means we need to find a way to get into this match. I'm going to say I'm disappointed with the performance. I genuinely don't know how to change this. Unless we get strikers fit and scoring, I don't know what the solution is. You can see I've bought Kivrakidis in, he's poor. Wills and Robertson are struggling. These are players that have been so dependable for us, and they're not producing anything here. So with 25 to go, I'm going to make a few changes. We're going to go Robertson off for Ukulano, Marciano on for Torres, Kivrakidis off for Bernberg, Wills off for Teddy Ivanov, who scored the goal last time. I'm going to try and encourage them, get a little bit of confidence in. There's only one team that looks like scoring today, though, as Vasquez, all the way back to his keeper. You've got 4 or 5 passes on, and he's such a safe option every time. As Carlos finds Vasquez again, we can't get out our own half. And we don't really look like we've got the attacking impetus, as Ivanov leaves it well. Marciano to Ashley Carr. Can he be the hero? He's missed. Oh, Ashley Carr, not now. I know you've bailed me out a few times this year, but please, mate, not now. I'm going to have to take him off. We're going to bring Elmi on. That will be the final change. It will be Elmi there. Ivanov will switch sides. He's the worst rated striker at the club, but he's the only one who scored. So let's get him in as Elmi on that left-hand side, beaten to it by Carlos, who recovers the ball well. Bernberg switches to Ukulano. 2 in the middle. Ivanov's 1. Headed away as far as Marciano. Back to Armin Memic. Into Bernberg. I could love to nick a cheeky away 1-0 here. Little scrappy game. Rakoski finds Memic. Marciano again. Finds Ukulano. Beats his man with ease. 2 in the middle. Got to score from here. Elmi's in the middle. Liban Elmi scores. Only his 3rd goal since joining. He's been beset by injury problems. But with 15 to go, we take an incredibly undeserved lead at Old Trafford. The first shot on target we've mustered all day. We've made it count as Ivanov goes back to Memic. This will make up for the games we've played well and not won, because we've been pretty awful here. Can we now go and get a second? Start ending some goal droughts. Herbert forward towards Elmi. Up towards Ivanov. That's ambitious. We'll forgive him because he scored. But we'll become villain again if they score from this one. Burtz plays out wide to the right and Sarpé forced backwards again. It's good pressing. But we do need to get that ball back. That Elmi through ball could have cost us. But Vasquez wins it. Up towards Ivanov. Marciano's in. Elmi to his left. Ukulano to his right. Goes alone and forces the save. Probably not the right option. But again, we're starting to look a bit more of a threat on the break. As Vasquez will go for the outswinging corner. Can we at least get one from a set piece? Really missed Herbert scoring from these. As Ivanov down the right. It's a good challenge from Longley. 10 to go. We're 1 up. I would love to win these games ugly 1-0s. I'll take them. We've got a free kick in a dangerous position. And we do appear to be finishing a stronger. As Vasquez will chip in. No idea who's going to be fit for midweek. As Vasquez short to Ivanov. Shot just over. Starting to look good here, which worries me. But we may not hold on to the result. As the goal kick out from United isn't great, but Ivanov can't intercept it. Geljic is forced back to Connor. And he's into midfield again. Can we win it back? Yes, we can. Peter Bernberg's in there. And now we've given it away with Herbert. Don't do this to me. Bernberg again. Superb. Carlos misses his challenge though. They've all bottled it. But Bernberg wins it back for the 3rd time. Ivanov releases Elmi down the left. Space to run into again. Why on earth are we watching all of this? It's the scrappiest highlight you'll ever see. Key highlights, please. As Connor plays out, just as a proof, it is key highlights apparently. Geljic goes long to Sarpé. We know which bit of it's going to be key, don't we? He's off down the right. He's in 1-on-1. Sarpé's in. There's the equaliser. 15 minutes among the best of our season, followed by conceding a stupid goal. This season's infuriating me. We've not had one of this ilk for a very long time. And I'm starting to become a little perplexed because I don't know the solution. 8 minutes of added time. We're going to go for it. I don't want to draw. I'm going to attack. But it's making no difference at all. 1-1 draw at Old Trafford. It's not enough after our start to the season. Because we've drawn stupid games like Bristol City, these results aren't enough. Let's have a look at the fitness. It's going to cost us in midweek as well. We stay third in the Premier League. Liverpool 10 ahead with a game in hand. And we're still only 2 points off 7th, which is a disaster for this club now. Not happy at the moment. Really should have won that. And let's get ahead to midweek. Bayern Munich in the Champions League. And boy, have we got troubles in that competition too. Well, it's fair to say this isn't an ideal scenario because against Julian Nagelsmann's side, I would like to be going stronger. But I kept telling myself the same thing over and over again when I was picking this team. Fitness over quality. We know it's delivered so many times for us in FM. So Bettini keeps his place. Bernberg comes in. Ivanov's there and Joe Will stays up front. That is literally about it. It is not a great side. Ivanov is going to play off the left as we're going to go for it. Try and force goals on the opposition. Might not work well at the back because I'm going to go inverted wing back on attack to push him forward there. And then as a result, I think I'm probably going to try and tuck Aguiman in. But I don't know that that works with the way he plays as well. Might end up being problematic this, but I feel like I've got to go for it. We've got 2 away games against Atalanta and Villarreal after this. And we're going to need to win both if we don't win this one. Because at the moment, we've got 6 points from 5 games. And we're on the cusp of going out. Though Villarreal and Atalanta, 2 sides in and around us. So if we win them, might make up for it. Well, 20 minutes gone. It's been a quiet start to the game. But all of the chances, albeit not good enough for highlights, have gone to Bayern. As Marciano works it to Wills. Holds up well for Vite, who's barely played since coming back from his loan. But he's not been happy anyway. As Marciano goes right to Aguiman. I just need one of those days where strikes start going in from everywhere. We've not had any long-range shots go in. We've not really had the set pieces going in. It's just all those little things where you get your bonus goals have dried up. If your strikers aren't scoring, that doesn't help. As Andre, it's lovely football this. But where's it going again? It's one of those ones where you look quite good on paper without getting anywhere. And Marciano working up to fair. Now Wills can play back to him, but he waits too long. It'll be offside. And you can tell that because he's finished it well. If he'd put that wide at the post, you would have known he was on. I don't think this is going to count. It would be a massive goal if it does. But it's not going to, is it? It does! Nana Fair has ended his goal drought. Now, can you do the unthinkable and stay fit for 2 games? Because the big difference between Fair and Kranjic in this save has been since Fair has come in, despite not being that injury prone, he has fallen over every time he has gone on a run of games and he's been out for a month. Those little 3-4 week injuries that just stop him keeping fit and picking up momentum. In this one, though, Wills and Fair combine. If we could get those 2 fitting on the pitch together every week, I'd back us to win a lot of games. 10 to the break. It's been an even game so far. You could even argue that Bayern have been the better team. And they've made amends for it now because it's 1-1. But the flag has gone up over there. Lewis Osborne, the Englishman, puts it in. Some Mohawk, that is too. Come on, VAR. We've been saved again. 1-0 Southend it remains. Can we hold on to the break? Well, 1 minute of stoppage time played. It is 1-0 to Southend at the break, but right on the stroke of half time, Yucolano picks up an injury. I was going to say it'd been a while since he'd had one as well. I don't want to see any complacency. I am going to have to see a new right winger here, aren't I? We can't go too aggressive because we've already done it on the left with Ivanov. It's going to have to be York Robertson, which isn't ideal because he's played minutes galore. Let's just get him on, get the job done. At least we don't lose a sub break with it being so close to half time. As Teddy Ivanov picks the ball up to Wills early in the half. Fair's got a runner. Just not finding the pass on time. I wonder if Real Madrid will sell Kranjic again at some point. I'd love to have him back. Marciano through to Fair again. No, he's in 1-on-1. Nana Fair. 2-0. Maybe I've written him off too soon. 8th goal of the season. Just stay fit. That's all I want. Just stay fit now. It's looking good. There's 5 minutes gone in the second half. It's been a good performance so far. And again, fitness over quality seems to be working. As Robertson nicks it on the right, plays up to Wills, down to Nana Fair, can't quite find the pass. His link-up plays nowhere near. As Marciano runs in behind, gets through 1-on-1. Marciano scores now. It's all starting to click again. Southend are 3-0 up. When's the last time we did that? I certainly don't know the last time we scored 4. Wasn't in the last couple of months, put it that way. Let's hope we can find another here, because this is starting to look like a very good night. I'm going to give Joe Wills a breather. Got to look after him now. It will be Elmi, who continues his recovery and building of fitness. We're also going to bring on... No, nobody yet. Let's not be silly. Let's get the job done first. Wrap it up, and then in the last 15, you can make a few subs. I'm remembering that Juve game last year, where we went from 4-1 to 4-4 in 10 minutes. As Amsfeld's got a throw on the left to Salas. Bayern trying to bite back, but Bernberg in the middle again. Looks like a new man in recent weeks. Into Dora in defence. They're working forward again, and Hartwell is looking for that penetrating pass. Instead, though, we force them back. Press all the way back to their goalkeeper. And Bayern are forced to start again. They're able to do so, though. They're still good in possession. And if they score one, I wouldn't be shocked to see the floodgates open. Nana Fair's looking fatigued as well now. I'll wrap him up in cotton wool in a minute. But we need to be careful first as Marciano wins it back for Elmi. Just find the ball. It's still not quite clicking in front of goal. When we're working forward, it's still not perfect. Bettini's made a great save with his feet there. With 20 minutes remaining, still not convinced. I'm going to put Ivanov up front, and I'm going to bring on, I think, Roy Curley here. We're going to go for Nana Fair off, Ivanov up there. Just allows us to go back to a sort of traditional formation. So Andre will be a winger on support in midfield, and then Curley will be a fullback on support in defence. Just gives us that little bit more protection, because you saw from that chance Bayern had there, Andre was miles out of position. We've now got 15 to go. I'm going to make the final two. Teddy Ivanov could do with coming off. I've not got any other subs on the bench. I didn't give Ashley Carr a game because he played so many minutes. Marciano will drop out for Joaquin Jimenez. And I'm looking at the other subs. Who do I bring on? There's not really many options, to be honest with you. Teddy Ivanov could drop off. Could I bring on a holding midfielder? Let's go for Ivo Torres, I think. We're going to take off Ivanov, put Torres in there, and just put him as sort of a bog standard deep line playmaker on defend. Bernberg can then be one on support. Elmi stays up front on his own. He can be an advanced forward on attack, but also with that extra height. And I think that gives us a little bit more protection. With 15 to go, we're 3-0 up, and I am taking no chances here. 4-1, 4-1, let's get the job done. Well, Roy Curley with the throw on the left. You can see we've got most in a more defensive shape, but Curley's got to the byline, delivers to the back post, and Elmi's up. And that's lovely as well. The more strikers we can get scoring again now, the better. We just need a run where we keep them all fit. We're coming into that run of more friendly Premier League fixtures, and I just need these boys scoring. Only 6 shots on target, but we put 4 of them in. And ironically, against Bayern Munich, this is becoming one of our most convincing performances, if not the most of the season. Zurich with a chance to cross though. Don't throw away the clean sheet. Off the bar, we should have lost it there. We're able to break away, and Elmi can now run at the defence. Beaten one on the left, they're supporting the middle, but obviously he's up front on his own now. And to be fair, this has been a very even game. We've found a way to win it. All I need to know now is how bad the Ucolano injury is, and then find out when we're going to be back. Well, Ucolano out for 4 to 5 days, which isn't so bad. He'll miss the West Brom match, but should be back for the Carabao Cup. We've got a pretty tricky run coming. I'm not actually sure when to return. I might go all the way through to the end of January if I can. Atalanta, Newcastle. We'll see what the Champions League situation is. See if we get in the 4th round of the FA Cup. And to be fair, it might well be a Carabao Cup semi. One of the 2 trophies that elude us. But finally, in the last game, a sign that we might be back. If you enjoyed this one, more despair in front of goal for the first 2, then please do put a thumbs up on it. Will we got any chance against Liverpool, or is it just top 4 now? We should hopefully find a way through in the Champions League, and now my target is win the Carabao Cup. If you want to stay up to date and find out if we do it, subscribe and turn that notification bell on. We'll be back in a couple of days' time with a few new signings in at the club, and possibly a couple of departures too. But in the meantime, we will be back with the Coach's Head tomorrow. There's links to all the other playlists, the football podcast and the Twitch channel up in the eye above. Thank you very much for watching, for being here as always. I'll see you in a couple of days' time as we hope to continue what looked like a sign of recovery there.